What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be doing a quick overview of day one of training camp. This is a super exciting day. Um, a lot of stuff going on. Very feisty day. Very aggressive day, which is a good thing. That's showing that this team has a lot of potential, and they're willing to talk trash. They're trying their hardest and stuff. So we're going to be doing a quick overview of the training camp, and it would actually be I hope I get to go to the Bengals training camp next year, because it would be a lot. First off, you get autographs and you just get to watch the players, which is just amazing. But it'd also be much easier to make training camp videos, because I can actually see what's going on. So I'm going off of some websites and just doing a little bit of reading articles and research. But yeah, we're gonna be looking at some some observations from day one, some notes and quotes, and some just reports about everything. So yeah, first off, we have a video of Dexter Lawrence walking over to Joe Burrow and saying, "I want to see it today, Mr. Burrow." And Joe's response to that was, "You can see it every day, brother." So, just a lot of, just talking with each other, just pumping each other up. And Joe Burrow said, "You're going to see it every day." So that means, Joe Burrow's going to put on a great performance this training camp. I'm sure he does every year. And yeah, great stuff to hear. Competitive spirit. Yeah. The Burrow to Jamar Chase duo is back. These two players are an iconic duo. They've been doing it since LSU days. And it's great to see them throwing back to each other. And the first play of training camp was an under center play action to Jamar Chase. So great to see the duo back. And yeah. Wait, I'm forgetting. I'm blink. Oh yeah, okay. So our rookie Connor Lewis cleared up for camp. He tore his ACL last October, but now he's back. He's cleared for camp, and yeah, it's great to see him back. Great to have more depth in the offensive line. I'm very confident in the O-line and what they can do. I'm really excited to see this season. Like I said in the beginning, a very fiery first day from the Bengals. Jalen Davis pulled down Mike Gesicki. Jamar Chase and DJ Turner were separated after a brief fighting incident. But in the interviews, DJ Turner just said, brothers fight, we're competing, it's nothing to it. And that's just, yeah, we're just aggressive, we're competitive, and we'll do that sometimes, but we still love each other at the end of the day. And I think it's a very good response from him. People fight with each other, and it just happens, and that doesn't make them hate each other. It's just the competitiveness of the game. It's football. That's what it's about. Very unfortunate news. I'm very sad about this. Shamir Stewart has been sidelined, which is very sad to hear. He hyperextended his knee, but the very fortunate thing is that he's only injured for a few weeks, so he's definitely gonna be ready for the regular season, and it's only gonna be a few weeks type of injury. So glad to hear that he will be okay, but it still sucks that he won't get to practice as much. But at the same time, it's also good that he got injured now and not during the regular season. So probably a good thing if someone had to get injured, and if it thankfully was a more mild injury, it would be now. And I believe this happened on the very second play of the 11-on-11 reps. But yeah. Yeah, a lot of, Dexter Lawrence said there's a lot of alphas out there. They want to fight, they want to compete, and just a lot of great stuff going on. Joe Burrow talked about, making blind throws because of how big Dexter Lawrence is, and just the defensive line as a whole. So making some blind passes, trusting his instincts, trusting his eyes, his placement, and yeah. We also Um, yeah, so Stewart was carted off. DJ Turner. Well, in the interview with DJ Turner, he after he kind of said what happened, he just said brothers fight, and the commentators, or not the commentators, but the interviewers just kind of kept pushing and asking him like, so what happened? What happened? What happened? He's just like, I'm done answering. Like, we don't need to talk about it. You guys saw everything. I think it was a pretty professional response from him. But yeah, great first day of camp. You know, Joe Burrow talked about how like the first day of training camp can prove a lot of things about a team. You know, if it's not an aggressive, competitive first day of camp, then that means the team is not good. If they can't even last the first day of camp, then that's definitely not a good sign. But that was the complete opposite with today, or not today, but that was the complete opposite with day one of training camp. You know, players are fighting, trash talking, putting out great reps, making great throws, touchdowns, interceptions. Great stuff. Great stuff to hear. Um, I believe. Um, Wait. Play of the day. Oh, I believe day two of training camp was when Demetrius Knight Jr. got an interception. You know, we can actually talk about day two as well. Actually, since I feel like since this is such a short video, I might as well put day two in here as well because I don't want to make like a 3-minute video. I mean, there's not too much to say, so I might as well put day two in here as well. So let's talk about day two of training camp as well. And also, Joe Burrow was ranked number 44 on the NFL top 100 list, which was very impressive considering that he only played like half the season. So it just goes to show how good of a player he is. Sorry for that. But yeah, and I can tell you his other rankings in the previous years. So in 2022, he was number 21. In 2023, he was number 6. In 2024, he was number 39, which is pretty interesting considering that was, well, not like as a team wise, but singular stats wise, that was probably his best year. He had almost 5,000 passing yards and 43 touchdowns. I think that was the same year Jamar Chase had a triple crown. So yeah, he got number 39 that year, which is still really good, but I would assume he would get much higher. Wait. Oh, wait a second. So he got number 6 in 2025. So maybe so maybe 2025 was actually like the year he had 4,900 passing yards. It's kind of confusing, honestly. But yeah, so he's hit like he hasn't been outside of he's been below the top. He's been above the top 50 every time, or below, or whatever. Like he hasn't been higher than 44, which is really good. Yeah. So shout out to him. Also shout out to Jamar Chase for being a 99 overall in Madden. Very impressive from him. Yeah. We have some more observations from day 2 of Bengals training camp. Dexter Lawrence was warming up with the cornerbacks, which is pretty cool to see. And he said, "I just show up every day with joy," and you know, he feels good about himself. He feels in his prime, and he just keeps learning every day, which is good to hear. Eric All Jr. is all cleared for camp, which is great to hear. You know, he was injured for like a year and a half, pretty much, and I believe he also had he was in Athens, Greece, and I believe he had a motor vehicle incident. It wasn't bad or anything, but I think he was on like a little scooter and he hit like another car or something, I think he only left with a few bruises, but good to hear he's okay. Rough times for him, but he's super happy to be back. I think when he found out that he was cleared for training camp, he started tearing up a little bit because I don't blame the guy. Like, it's probably so tough to go through such a terrible injury, and to hear that you can finally play the sport you love, that's just amazing to hear. And yeah, Joe Burrow is also super happy to hear that Eric All Jr. is back. Very important role for this team. Demetrius Knight Jr. had an interception against Joe Burrow, which was crazy. It was an intended pass for Jamar Chase. Very rare situations where a player gets an interception on Joe Burrow. And Demetrius Knight was kind of laughing and said how, like, he said not many people can say they got one from number 9. And I even said that to him, and he gave me a fist bump. And he also talked about how, Joe Burrow is not gonna sit with him throwing interception. He's probably gonna come back like a silent assassin and go crazy on the field. But yeah, great stuff from Demetrius Knight Jr. I think he's a great player, honestly. Like, and so does Al Golden, and he's just a very much improved player. And he honestly did very impressive last season as a rookie linebacker. Same with Barrett Carter. Like, two very solid linebackers who are just going to improve with time. And I'm really excited to see what they can do. Colby Young had a nice short catch from Joe Burrow, which was nice to see. Rookies getting opportunities and chances to get catches. And last but not least, Chase Brown got to talk with the newly added Ring of Honor member, James Brooks. And, he came down to talk to Chase Brown, both short running backs, but, James was coaching him, telling him what he can improve on, and just also motivating him and saying, since they're both known as, smaller running backs and people doubting them for their size, but, James Brooks was an incredible running back. And he said, don't listen to them. One of his quotes he said was, "People will say you're a good back, but you're too small." Really? Says who? Let me show you first before you judge me. And when you judge me, I am really going to show you what football is all about. It's great to see an older mentor coaching Chase Brown, who has so much potential. And yeah, just another great day for the Bengals training camp. And yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of this training camp goes. It looks like it's going to be a very successful one. I'm sure there'll be more drama and more fighting, but that's all about what it is. It's brotherly love, it's competitiveness, it's football, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about updating you guys with some training camp info. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.